Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. I hope you're staying safe in these challenging times that we're facing at the moment. My name is Radina. I am the founder of the clothing brand Radinaradeva, and today I've been very lucky to be invited here to tell you a little bit more about myself, about what I do and why I do it. So I'm going to start with my fashion journey, which started when I was about 10 years old. And I was signed up to this fashion design class after school. And I remember the teacher telling us about inspiration, what it was, how we could use it, where we can draw it from. And our first task was to draw inspiration from the works of the Catalan architect Gaudi and design a piece of clothing based on it. And I remember I thought his mosaics were just gorgeous. I just remember thinking how amazing it was for him to create something so beautiful for something broken. And this idea stuck in my head while I was designing, and I just fell in love with the process of looking into someone else's thoughts, trying to interpret them and then make them into something of your own, be it artwork or painting or fashion or anything like that. I just fell in love with the creativity it took and the amount of thought process it took to transform someone's idea into your own idea. I was just hooked on it. So it didn't take me long to decide this is what I wanted to do. So then it kind of started coming to life when I went to university, because in school my focus was in more scientific subjects like mathematics and IT, and I loved it, I really did, but I was missing my creative side. So when I went into university I had more time to research and design and do more of that. So my hobby quickly turned into passion, and my research expanded not just through the visual world but also within technology and sustainability, environment, economy and all those things. And the more I was reading about it, I was getting into those reports and articles about big brands trying to reduce their water usage or designers using zero waste approach to their work. I also found that technology companies, for example, were trying to create products that use less energy. So it kind of struck me that this repetitive topic of environment and sustainability had a lot to do with fashion as well. So I started looking deeper into that and find out that about 300,000 tons of clothing end up in landfill every year just in the UK, which is an incredible amount of clothes. And I also learned that once you wash a polyester garment, there's tiny plastic particles that get released in the water and affect marine life in the oceans. I found out that in the UK people buy more clothes per person than in any other country in Europe, and also that today we buy 60% more clothes than people 15 years ago, but we keep it for half as long. So all these things that I was finding out in articles, reports and everywhere, they all brought me to the one conclusion, and it was that the fashion industry I really wanted to be a part of had a big role to play in this kind of overconsumption problem and sustainability problem. So I started experimenting in my design work, and I created this dress with removable pockets and changing patterns on it and things, because in my head I kept thinking, as much as I disapprove the idea of consuming so much, it's partly understandable because we change, our lives change, our surroundings change, but our clothes don't, and we're almost forced to buy in a way. So I thought, why don't clothes change with us? I couldn't answer why. And that's why I started looking into it by making this dress. And then for my final major project I did a whole multifunctional collection, and there was this 3-in-1 dress. So I was exploring it further, and the idea got really good feedback at the time. So I knew that I want to take it one extra step. And this is how the brand Radinaradeva came along, because I wanted to help find the solution to that problem. And I wanted to create pieces that reduce the need for you to buy more and encourage this less is more approach to fashion. I wanted pieces that could combine modern style and sustainability together without compromising either. But unfortunately, as soon as I started trying to do it as a brand, I found out that I was stuck quite often. The reasons were various, but the main reasons were that there were all these great new fabrics, sustainable fabrics created with new technologies, and they were really interesting, but they were really hard to get. And when you found them, the minimum order quantities were too big, so they were absolutely impossible for a small or even a medium brand. And then organic fabrics were available, but they were quite limited in their colours and their designs and their variations in general. So it was always something that was stopping me, and I quickly started to realise that the problem that we have is moving much quicker than the solution that we have. So it's not about waiting to get these amazing new fabrics all at our doorsteps to start, making clothes with them and wearing them. We should start consuming better and in a more mindful way. But for us to do so, we needed products that allow us to do it. So this is what I wanted to create. I wanted to create the clothes that allow you to change. I wanted clothes that can change with you. So this is how the brand came along. I divided it in two parts. One of them is the transformable part, which are the core pieces, and these are the things that you can change and make them look completely different. So this is the top that you see on the mannequin, which is the same as what I'm wearing at the moment. It is in 3 parts, which you can separate with the hidden poppers here. There we go. So you take the 3 parts apart, and then you can change the middle bit to make it look the way it looks when I'm wearing it now. What I also found during research was that people quite often bought multiple of the same item in different colours, and that's rather understandable, but I wanted to explore ways in which you can have the couple of colours in the same item, or a couple of prints and things like this. So that's how the reversible skirts and the transformation t-shirts came along, because I wanted to give people the opportunity to have 2 colours in one. So like you can imagine, the skirt has different colours inside, and then the t-shirt can change the print that's at the front of it. So I wanted to create this freedom for you to be able to design your own clothes, and I wanted to give you that confidence, a feeling of ownership, that you own what you wear and you own the impact that you have, because it's up to you to make the better choice. The second part of the collection is with more conventional pieces, and they're not transformable as such, but they are pieces that are based on classic silhouettes that you would have in your wardrobe anyway. And these are the pieces that I've made so that people can have a feel of the brand first before jumping in this kind of maybe crazy sounding two-in-one idea. But I wanted people to be able to have a feel of it and to start trusting it, because I'm aware that for you to put something on your body and to wear it, you need to trust it first and you need to know it first. So this is kind of where the idea lied and where the collection lies at the moment. I hope you found the story interesting and inspiring. I hope it sparks something in you, maybe to look more into sustainability, or maybe to look what's in your garments and who made them, or maybe to design something yourselves. Why not? Get inspired, get creative, get in touch as well. I'd love to hear your ideas and your thoughts if you want to share them. I will put my contacts at the end of the video. And one thing I'd like you to remember and take from this though is that the products you buy, the choices you make, the ways you approach consumption, they all matter. And after all, it's you who's making the impact on the modern society. It's all of us that make an impact on the society. So it's up to us to make it a positive one as much as we can. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, hopefully I'll hear from you soon. Bye.